Nothing's going the way it's supposed to. It's not going terribly. It's going in a ways that I can fix it. It's just not going the way it was planned. We're muddling through. We're pushing our way through. We're getting there. We're doing the right things. It's just, hey everyone, what's going on? It's Chase with TCG Bulk Kings. Here I am back. It's been a couple of weeks. I know I've been trying to do these videos once a week. Just wasn't able to get one out last week. Been having a pretty frustrating time the last 10 days or so. Finally got some time to sit down and talk it out and kind of vent my spleen a little bit about it. And nothing really bad. It's just been frustrating. Everything I try and accomplish seems like it doesn't go quite right, and not in any way that I could have planned for or accounted for. Just nothing seems to be going super amazing. So I've been really busy. First thing I did, walked over the hill behind my house over here to a used car dealership, and they were all set to set me up with a used vehicle, and they decided that because I was moving too far away that they did not want to sell a vehicle to me. So I'm like, okay, that's fine. I'll find something private party. In the meantime, I'll rent something. So I walk across town to the rental vehicle place, Enterprise, because I've got a car reserved with them that I can rent for $50 a day or something like that. So I just need it for a couple of days until I can buy something, and they're like, cool, that's great. And you had to wait for like an hour and a half to get your car because we are bad at what we're doing. So we'll knock a day off of the cost. So it's only going to cost you like $60, okay? So that's $360. What? Where did the 3 come from? Turns out you have to put a deposit down. It wasn't disclosed anywhere on the website or anywhere in what we were talking about. And I didn't have $300 right then. Option 3.5, I walked to a U-Haul dealer and rented a box truck from them, and that's what I've been driving for the last week and a half. Just not ideal. I don't like driving big vehicles. It's uncomfortable for me, but that's what I've been driving. In the meantime, I've been cleaning up my house, making sure it's presentable for people who come to look at it, trying to buy it. I've been selling off all kinds of furniture and items that we don't want to move with us. Things like living room tables, roll around tool chests, those cube shelves, all kinds of things. And desks and tables and stuff from the office. That's been a lot of like talking and meeting up with people. Again, not necessarily my forte. Talking and meeting up with people I don't know, and a lot of dealing with scam attempts and stuff like that. One day I'm gonna have to do a video about all the different ways and times that people try to execute some kind of scam at me through Facebook. Definitely something you have to deal with if you're selling things on Facebook Marketplace. I've been moving stuff here from the office that I do want to keep, like my desk setup here. So you can see I've got my TV and my computer set up and everything here, and I did find some shelves, some boltless shelves over here. Some of those I found them at the local Ollie's on sale, so that was good. I've been looking for those kind of shelves for a really long time, and finally found some, and they're working out pretty good. Yeah, it's just been a lot of frustrating things. Every time I try and do something, it doesn't work out. Like, I get ready to get the house prepped to go so someone can come and have a look at it, and then they cancel after I've already been out of the house for 15 minutes. Yesterday I locked the keys into the U-Haul, which that was fun. Luckily I did it at a U-Haul, or at the Walmart. So I walked inside the Walmart, I bought a pack of wire hangers, and I managed to jam the hanger down into the window frame, into the door, and luckily it was manual locks. I mean, I probably wouldn't have locked myself out if it was electric locks, but luckily manual locks. I've had some experience trying to pop open back in my former life as a car person. Yeah, I did, after a couple of hours of fiddling with it, managed to pop the manual lock open on the door and get into the U-Haul so I could come home. We've had the deck on the front of our house, the deck and the handicap ramp was slowly rotting away. We've had that ripped down, but was its own thing. Like, they showed up to tear it down, and 30 minutes later it started pouring rain. So they just left, said we'll be back tomorrow. And instead of building the deck and everything on Sunday, they tore it down on Sunday. And now the parts and stuff to build it are supposed to arrive tomorrow, Friday, which is several days later. And I've been having to go through the kind of janky side entrance on the house. Nothing's going the way it's supposed to. It's not going terribly. It's going in a ways that I can fix it. It's just not going the way it was planned. So the plan was to get here, sell a bunch of stuff on Facebook, and buy a car in the next couple of days. Preferably like an SUV or a pickup, old, beat up, or whatever. Basically trade my bedroom furniture for a working vehicle that can tow a trailer and has some cargo space. Doesn't have to be good looking, it just has to function. And that was apparently an unreasonable expectation on my part. So at this point, I've still got the U-Haul. I've got to turn it back in tomorrow. Hopefully I can rent another vehicle, either from them or from a different U-Haul place or something like that, and still have something to drive around. Not 100% super confident that's going to happen, but that's the plan. I have had some some time to work on some things for myself. So on the shelves, you see I've got a few boxes. I only have a few hundred cards listed on eBay. It's like half of a row of a 4-row box. Maybe if you put them together, almost fill one row on a 4-row box. So I figured all the time and effort I've put to list those in, I'm going to go ahead and keep those and not delete them. It's not something that's going to get lost or mixed up. It's one box. But on top of that, I went to try and delete my inventory from buysportscards.com so I could dump the bulk and not have to move that. I've got three or four 4-row boxes worth of sports card bulk listed on there. I'd rather not keep it straight and move it if I don't have to, but there's not a way to do any kind of bulk edits or CSV downloads and uploads or anything like that. The only way to delete inventory from buysportscards.com is to go through each listing one by one and delete it. Let's say that's not sustainable. Another way to say it would be ridiculous. And normally I wouldn't want to delete everything, but I don't have that kind of control that I want and need over my own inventory. So that's kind of a problem. And I reached out to them and they said, oh, well, yeah, we don't have that available right now. We can do it for you on the back end. What players or sets did you want to delete? I'm like, okay, I don't get enough sales through here to really bother, but I don't want to leave stuff listed that I'm not going to have. So I'm just going to do my best, pack it in real tight, make sure it doesn't get moved around or messed up. I'll keep that inventory. It's not huge. I'm just going to let it be and take it with me. Add that to the starting over from scratch thing. It's a tiny bit of pre-move work that I'm taking with me. I hope you don't feel like I'm cheating by doing that. I have deleted all my TCG player inventory. You saw that a couple videos ago. Anything that's on there will be added in with new cards that I'm picking up from my destination in Tucson. So I have done a couple of other things. I did manage to go ahead and update all the bulk prices on the bulk buy list page, not just mine, but for everybody that I track. So have a look at that. It does seem like prices are slipping back a little bit. I don't know if you would call it a collapse or anything like that. It's definitely not as significant as like $50 per thousand down to $10 per thousand. It's gone, like Pokemon's gone from 15 to 10 on average. Yu-Gi-Oh's gone from 15 to 10 on average. And I feel like Magic has just stepped back slightly. So I'm back down to $5 per thousand on commons and uncommons there. Lorcana has come out in the last few weeks. There are a couple of websites that have already started. They've listed buy list prices for Lorcana. So I went ahead and put a section for Lorcana on the buy list page as well. And beyond that, I've just been watching a whole lot of educational stuff, a lot of YouTube videos, started doing some free courses on Coursera, and I went ahead and picked up a Skillshare subscription. So Skillshare has got a lot of things that are relevant to social media and YouTube channeling. Hopefully you'll start to see some benefits of here. The thumbnail that I did this video that you clicked on, I used some of the things that I learned in a course on there for it, so hopefully you like that better than previous ones. They're not sponsoring me or anything like that, but they did set up like a referral link for me, so that if you click on this link that I put in the description down here and you decide to keep your subscription, it's only $99 instead of like $160 or $170. It's like 40% off of the regular price for the annual subscription, if you decide that you like the courses and stuff like that that's on there and want to keep up with it. Also, if you buy a subscription that way and you decide to keep it before the end of September, they do send me a $50 Visa gift card. So that would be cool if that's something that you're already interested in and maybe want to sign up for. It would help me out a little bit. So that's a lot of what I've got going on. It's been hard. I normally work pretty well on my own, by myself, but I don't like being around a lot of people I don't know. But it's hard. I'm completely by myself here. My wife and kids aren't here. They're in Arizona. They're doing great. The kids are the kids are thriving. My wife is struggling in her new job, but she's not giving up. It would be a whole lot better if we were able to lean on each other, of course. She's doing a whole lot, doing basically single parenting and a new job and learning how to do the new job. I'm really proud of what she's doing. I wish I could be there to support her, but hopefully shouldn't be too much longer. I just have a hard time too, self-motivating myself to get up and go and do things when I'm by myself. Literally just having her in the room next to me makes me much more able to carry out tasks that I would normally have a hard time pushing myself to do. It feels a lot of the times I want to go and empty out the office or bring a bunch of stuff home from the office today, but to get out the door, it requires getting up and changing clothes and getting a shower and getting something to eat and getting something to drink and making sure there's nothing else going on and making sure there's nothing else here that I need to do, and then going. It's the dozens and dozens of micro tasks in between getting the actual things done that I actually want to do that are required to be able to get to that point, to be able to do them, that I struggle to motivate myself to do. I want to do the big thing. I don't want to do dishes. I have a hard time getting myself sometimes. It's not always, not often. It's harder when I'm by myself and I can't trick myself into saying I'm doing this for them or whatever. This path we're going on to get this all straightened out for us has been tough. Something we went into knowing it was going to be tough. We're muddling through, we're pushing our way through, we're getting there, we're doing the right things. It's struggle. Thank you so much for going along with me, and for all of you who have helped me out along the way, patrons who've been very kind to me, thank you so much. We have recently had news that one of the couples that came to look at our house might be trying to figure out a way to put down an offer, so that's really good news, especially if that goes through. Be very excited, because that means that I can head on out back west here in a couple of weeks, if that's the case. If you want to check out the video where this all began, then check out this one right up here. Hopefully this video that I put up right up here is something else that will be super interesting for you.